I myself have found many opportunities to work after is to do art or to teach or whatever, and it pays a lot more than coming back. But I've always felt that this is my home. So I really felt this desire, like I said, that I really need to return home. I feel that pressure because I'm at that age now where just a few more years I'll be coming to me and asking me questions, and I don't want to be kind of searching, wondering what the answer was, or feeling bad that I had this opportunity to learn the answers, but I didn't.
We say that Navajo is a country, just like Mexico, China, or whatever, it's a country. And so we, as Navajos, we are citizens of that country. And we have our own tribal flag, our own government, our own laws,
I have always I've been across the Mexican border a couple of times and up into Canada. I always seen these big signs that says, leaving the United States, entering Mexico. And I always thought, man, it'd be cool to have a real big sign like that on our border.
We talked about that, a number of times, and then he came up with the idea and says, if it is a country, we ought to say that it is.
So I collaborated with a few of my friends, and my dad was listening. He says, you guys should do it on June 1st. And I said, oh, June 1st? So that's when we signed a treaty with the United States, 1868. And I said, yeah.
So he put up a sign that says, you are leaving the Navajo Nation into the United States, or coming in, and they say, you are leaving the United States into Navajo. A lot of people have a problem with that.
They thought the United States was gonna come here and take away their TVs. They wouldn't be able to go to Farmington to shop at Hastings or go to the mall, and they were pretty angry. And it was a really nice vehicle to actually get people kind of thinking about the sovereignty issue.
We are Navajo. The government have extended their jurisdiction without our permission. We didn't say come over and take care of us. We have taken care of ourselves from time immemorial.
We have stood here. We have died here. We have grown here. We were born here. This is our roots. This is our land.
In the summer times, there's a lot of sunrise dances that take place.
A sunrise dance is a ceremony set aside for a young lady that becomes of age. When she reaches her puberty, she is believed to enter a journey of womanhood, and the family decide way long before she reaches puberty that she's going to have a sunrise dance.
I remember when I came of age, I guess you could say. We're walking out of my parents' bedroom after I had to tell them, and hearing their conversation saying, should we send her back? Should we do a sunrise dance for her? And I remember standing outside the door just terrified, like, oh no, everyone's going to know, but not understanding like the whole symbolism, the beauty of it.
When I was a little girl, I hardly understand what sunrise dance means, but I always wanted one.
There were several things that I wanted to do before I died. One of them was to have my own place to sell the traditional food. One was learning how to swim. Never learned how to swim until last year. I accomplished that. The other was to be in a sunrise ceremony. And I think that's the Indian in me that I really wanted to complete, to be a godmother for another child. And to be honored to be given the title of the godmother, the co-sponsor to a sunrise ceremony. I got that chance. And so that I would have never gotten if I was, on the outside world.
During the winter, my 2 aunties and my grandma, Charlene, and a couple of my family members came over to have a meeting about sunrise dance that be taking place in August, and to explain me when it's going to be taking place and how to get ready.
I had little girls, their parents come and tell me, like, be prepared when she grows up, you're getting a feather. Oh, be prepared when my daughter gets older. You're gonna hear a knock on your door. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I would hope that I'm strong enough that I can continue to grow, to be the kind of person that can, I guess, inspire young people and to help them, I guess, in their path, their journey through life. But it's something that I'm still learning. I'm still learning about, I guess, traditional ways.
I got a feather early in the morning, and then I called my mom, and I told my mom, I said, Mom, there's a feather. She said, I'm here, your sister's here, your brother's here. What more do you need? I said, what about the money? We need the money. She says, don't worry about it. So I didn't worry about it, and in the end, I had finished the 30-something odd songs, and I know very well that I couldn't have done that without the prayers that all these people have around you, my family. That's what family is. That's what home is.
My friends, they say about sunrise dances is that they have a fun time just dancing around, and they wish they had one. They say I was lucky.
I want Kyra to have this dance because her mother and I were the ones that planned it years ago when she was just a little girl. And having to carry this on now as an aunt to her, I want her to be able to understand her identity as a White Mountain Apache. I want her to gain knowledge to the fact that as a young lady, she has the power, the ability to create life. And when she creates life, I want her to teach her children, her offspring well, and to carry on the legacy of our people. That's what I want.
I look forward to contributing to Kyra's sunrise dance in many ways. I want to be the guy to bring in all the wood, the posts, help build the tables. And I told her, there's gonna be a lot of prayer and a lot of time, effort, money. Everything's gonna be invested in her. People are gonna take a big chunk of their daily schedule out for her. And I was really pleased to know that she realizes that.
The thing that makes me really scared is dancing on my knees, because it's going to be really hard.